My name is Alexis Gauthier, and I own this beautiful restaurant called Gauthier Soho in central London, where we do the most amazing French gastronomy without animals. So I'm going to prepare this very simple dish, but that really encapsulates the spirit of spring. Yeah, it's green asparagus. So coming from the south of France, we use a lot of green asparagus, and this is one of my favorite ingredients. So we don't really peel the asparagus, we just remove the hard skin here. And then we remove, very delicately, remove all the little spikes. And I can see that those asparagus are very, very flavorsome because they are almost purple. They are not just green, they are purple. They don't need much, just like that. When it comes to plant-based cooking, it's a lot more precise. You cannot hide behind a beautiful cut of beef or behind the most succulent scallops. No. When you are cooking vegetables, you are exposed, you are naked. And so it has to be really, really perfect. When I did, for example, the green asparagus dish, this is something we have refined to the perfection, I would say. The asparagus is very, very delicate, so you have to laser slice the piece of asparagus you are removing from the stem. This is vital. And then all the little spikes, just slightly. This on my asparagus. They don't need much to go with, so the dish is really around the asparagus as a center of the dish, and it's complemented by some ingredients that comes into season at the same time as the asparagus. So we use a lot of fresh peas in the restaurant during the springtime, and fresh peas and asparagus, perfect combinations. And just to balance out the sweetness of the element here, we had some black olives and some fresh thymes, and a little bit of olive oil with a pea puree, and the dish doesn't need anything else. Most of the kitchen around the world will boil the asparagus in order to make sure that they don't lose their beautiful green color. But what we do here is we always pan fry our asparagus, because by searing the outside of the asparagus, it actually stabilizes the chlorophyll which is within the asparagus and retain its bright and shiny green color until the dish is eaten. And it also concentrates the delicate flavor of the asparagus. And so this is the kind of thinking we put in all of our ingredients. And with asparagus, you have to be super careful not to overcook it or not to give any color. So I'm going to show you. It's quite particular to our kitchen. Okay, you need to get used to it, but it's going from gas to induction is quite scary because you never see the heat. So you think everything is cold, but actually it's burning hot. So olive oil. And we need to make sure the olive oil is hot, but not too hot. So we feel the heat from the olive oil, and now I can put my asparagus. And it's vital that we actually stir the pan, and as the olive oil, the hot olive oil, coat the side of the asparagus, it tends to stabilize the color on the asparagus. And you see, once it's cooked, it's going to be even brighter than this green here. So it's almost like if we were trying to sear a piece of meat, just trying to caramelize. But here, no color given, just a gentle heating. And you see here, the asparagus is starting to stabilize its color. The green is going to stay there. You can see it. It's nice and shiny. You can see it here. add a little bit more heat. And this is the limit to which I want to slightly sear the skin of the asparagus. It's a very, very delicate skin. And I've got my vegetable bouillon, I have the glaze with the bouillon. And this is going to be an ultra rapid cooking process to cover. We concentrate the flavor by searing around the asparagus. And once we put the vegetable bouillon, we extract. So it first concentrate the flavor, and then you extract within the bouillon. Then we cover, and then we let it cook until the bouillon actually evaporates, but all the flavor go back into the asparagus. And then we do that maybe 1,000 times during this asparagus season. But we have to cook them à la minute. This is not something you can prepare in advance, and so each customers who order an asparagus dish at the restaurant will have it asparagus cooked à la minute, just like if we were cooking a steak or scallops, or well, in this instance it's obviously vegetables, and we treat it with the same attention and the same respect that we will do with we'll have done in the past with an animal product. I'm just gonna add a little bit more bouillon. This is a process that actually cook the asparagus very, very, very quickly, so about 2-3 minutes maximum. And when I'm almost done, now I'm gonna add my green peas. And the green peas, they are gonna come and share the flavor of the asparagus, but they are also gonna bring their sweetness, which is super important. And because asparagus and fresh thyme is one of the best combination ever, I'm gonna put some little pieces of fresh thyme. And because I come from south of France, I love adding black olives to my dishes. And I'm slowly gonna let all the element finish off in this delicious asparagus little broth, which is going to go back into all the elements. Yeah, asparagus perfectly cooked. They are ready. We use a lot of virgin olive oil in our cooking, so we add a bit of olive oil. So this is one element of the dish, which is now finished. And I'm just going to serve it with a little puree of green pea and give a little bit of creaminess to the dish. Okay, so I've got my elements ready. So I'm just going to add a little bit of. So the green asparagus, it's the encapsulation of the spring flavors, and this is what I really like it. It looks green, it's shiny, and it tastes really green and fresh and pure. And this is what I'm looking for, and I know that's what my customers are looking for when they come to my restaurant. They want the interpretation of the spring in the plate, and they want as pure as possible the flavor. We want people, when they eat green asparagus, to have the flavor of green asparagus. You want them to have the flavor of, I want them to taste the flavor of Provence, because this is where I come from, through the asparagus. So it's the feelings of the chef and the taste of the chef through the asparagus. Delicious wild pea shoots here. This is what really makes us all different, but yet so special and so different from each other. So this dish is a wonderful interpretation of the spring, and I just love it. So this is our asparagus. So it's the green asparagus with olives and green pea, And as I said, this is the star of the spring season here at Gauthier Soho.
And when the asparagus is the star of the dish, you need to think about how am I going to concentrate the flavor, how I'm going to make it look even better. And that is something we have thought long and hard about it. And we realize that by just stabilizing the chlorophyll on the asparagus, concentrating in flavor without giving any coloration, because when you give coloration, it adds some bitterness to the asparagus. It's super fragile, so we don't do it. And then deglazing with the bouillon, and then concentrating the taste with the cover. This is an explosion of asparagus flavor. When you are a plant-forward chef, less is best. Less ingredients, less things that comes and add to a core ingredient to the star of the dish is best.